Good morning, hello, and welcome to This Date in History, also known as TDH. This show is all about the events that occurred to date in years past, both recognized by actual historians, but mainly things that we personally find intriguing enough for us to bring to you. The sources of this information come from the smart device application Today in History, What Happened Today in History, historical calendar, and the website onthisday.com. For links to those sources, the music, and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar of the description below. Anyway, I am Aoxander, and I am joined by great Dr. Prepper, also known as Lunk, also known as Sohan, also known as whatever this guy is from Mystery Science Theater. Just keeps reminding me of Benson. Anyway, today is Freya's Day, also known as Friday, August 5th, 2022. So what happened today in history, you may ask? Well, we will start in the year of 1305, in which William Wallace, who led Scottish resistance to England, was captured by the English near Glasgow and transported to London for trial and execution. Dang. Moving on up into 1435, during the battle at Ponza, King Alfonso V of Aragon was captured by Ganuizan. 1716, the Battle of Petrovaradin, Habsburgs under Eugene of Savoy defeated the Turks in a decisive victory. 1812, during the War of 1812, Tecumseh's Native American force ambushed Thomas Van Horn's 200 Americans at Brownstone Creek. Pardon me. Causing them to flee and retreat.
Okay.
Yeah, 1858, sir.
I gotta get to the website.
Well, while you're getting to the website, I will take this. The first transatlantic telegraph cable landed at Trinity Bay, Newfoundland, spearheaded by Cyrus Westfield. This will fail after 3 weeks, but hey, the first way to communicate from one continent to another across an entire ocean, or under an ocean.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
1864 battle. Oh, hold up.
Hold up.
Wow, this was 1862 Battle of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Union forces prevent Confederate attempts to capture the city.
Dang. So you mean to recapture, because that used to be their area.
Yep, sir. It is. So yeah, they was stopped.
Dang.
1864 Battle of Mobile, won by the Division Army led by Rear Admiral David Farragut, with the cry, "Damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead."
Dang, so that sounds like either like a suicide run, or like they're going to just ram them,
Yes. Also, 1884, the cornerstone for the Statue of Liberty laid on Bello Island, New York City.
Now that's interesting, because that's the cornerstone. Was it moved, or was this island name changed? Actually,
I think it was changed.
Yeah, because because there's been a lot of dispute between New York and New Jersey about who owns what, over there. And for a while, New York actually claimed the land that the ports on New Jersey's shore was on. So
You might as well.
Yeah, well, it's no longer that case anymore, I don't believe. So, but I guess the island that the statue is on was property of New York City at one point, but now it is New Jersey. So, yep.
Man, you might as well merge New York and New Jersey.
Well,
They're
they're both garbage fires. They're both trash.
Also connected by a bridge anyway.
Aren't they connected by multiple? Like, there's a lot of bridges going off of Manhattan. So, anyway, what happened in 1905?
1905, the first meeting of the Russian and Japanese peace commissioners take place in U.S. President Theodore Roosevelt's home at Oyster Bay, New York.
Well, that's interesting.
Now here's the question: did he challenge one of them to a fight?
Probably. I don't know.
He used to invite people to the White House to box.
No, wasn't that Teddy Roosevelt?
Yeah, that's Teddy Roosevelt.
Oh, this is
Roosevelt.
This is Teddy Roosevelt. I'm stupid.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm wondering, did he try to challenge one of them to a fight?
Probably, but like here's another thing. Like this was his private residence. Like this wasn't his like in office house, the White House. This was his private residence. Like we don't hear about heads of state inviting other political figures to their private domicile like that. Like that's pretty intense. Yeah. Jumping on up into 1914 at the Battle of Liège, the first battle of World War I, a massive German assault on forts around Belgium's city of Liège were led by Erwin Ludendorff. So wow, so the first major battle of World War I, or first battle, period, of World War I on this date. That's bone chilling.
Yeah, it's bone chilling.
1918, also during the First World War, the last German air raid on England occurred, with 4 Zeppelin airships dropping bombs on the Midlands and northeast England. Reminds me of like that scene out of Red Alert 3 with all the blimps coming over New York and everything from the Soviets. Like, really ominous. And then 1926, Harry Houdini stayed in a coffin underwater for 1.5 hours before escaping. Dang.
Mm-hmm. You got some tough.
Your turn.
Yes. 1932, Clyde Barrow and 2 of his associates kill Sheriff D.C. Maxwell and his deputy Eugene C. Moore. The first time the Barrow gang killed a lawman.
So this is Clyde from Bonnie and Clyde, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Dang. Here we go.
Yes,
This guy. This is his third day.
Another good one.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. 1936, American athlete Jesse Owens wins the 200 meter in the world record time. 20.7 seconds. His third gold medal of the Berlin Olympics.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the date he pissed Hitler off was 2 days ago, so it was Wednesday. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
You have one more, right?
Yes, I do. 1954, From Here to Eternity, based on the book by James Jones, directed by Fred Zinnerman, and starring Burt Lancaster, Montgomery Clift, and Frank Sinatra, is released. Academy Awards Best Picture, 1954.
Nice. It's pretty interesting. So Frank Sinatra was in there. Yeah, he was an actor, so he was in several movies and whatnot. 1962, Nelson Mandela was arrested for incitement and for illegally leaving South Africa. Dang. And 1966, Martin Luther King Jr. was stoned during the Chicago March. Well, dang, like, I mean, I'm one for, waking and baking, but, I mean, doing that before a march, or during a march, that's a little strange. I know, it's not the correct stoning, but, yeah.
No, it's not. He had to be high to deal with that shit.
I don't know. I don't think Martin Luther King Jr. would have smoked weed, honestly,
Okay.
I think he'd be a straight shooter. Then 1969, Pirates outfielder Willie Stargell smashed the first and longest home run ever hit out of Dodger Stadium. The incomparable shot off Alan Foster, measuring 506 feet. Dang, that's a lot of feet.
Yes.
Bless you.
1973, Atlanta Braves pitcher Phil Jericho no-hit San Diego Padres 9-0, the first no-hitter for the franchise in Atlanta.
Dang. Yeah, the Padres.
Also, yeah. Padres. Also, 1974, U.S. President Richard Nixon admits he withheld information about Watergate break-in.
So much for not being a crook.
1975, Stevie Wonder signs a 7-year, 7-album with $13 million advance contract with Motown Records.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 13 million is a lot of money, and it's just too bad he wasn't able to see it. So, you know. 1979, Philadelphia Phillies third baseman Pete Rose collected National League record 2,427th career single in a 5-2 home loss versus the Pirates. Ooh, so you lost at home, man. That's embarrassing. So.
It happens.
Yep. Also, 1979, Willie Mays, Warren Guile, and Hack Wilson inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, New York. Nice. And then 1981, U.S. President Ronald Reagan fired 11,500 striking air traffic controllers. So he honored his word, and he did a Hitler. You know, all these.
Ain't that some shit? That's supposed to be the president everybody fucking loves.
Yeah, and he's done. Like the more like as every day goes by recently, I hear more and more things about what he did that were just not good. You know. So.
But yeah, he's supposed to be the best president according to, I don't know, some of those high up fucking right wing.
Well, I mean, for the same reasons as, I believe, what Trump's position is, he was basically like a beta version of Trump. At least, what he was doing in position. He's the man of the people, but he actually does things with the bad guys. So. Anyway, what happened in 1982?
1982, the PGA Championship, Seven Hills Country Club, Raymond Floyd fires an opening round 9 under par 63, tying the tournament 18-hole record.
Ooh. Dang. Wow, 9 strokes. That's pretty good.
I'm not a fucking golf fan, but that sounds good. Also, 1984, American Joan Benoit wins the first Olympic marathon for women. 2 minutes 24.52 seconds.
I think that's 2 hours 24 minutes and 52 seconds. Because it's a marathon, so.
Oh, ahead of Gert Waltz of Norway at the Los Angeles Games.
Dang, a marathon is what, 26 miles or something? So.
I think so.
So, yeah, so 26 miles in 2.5 hours. That's pretty damn good. So.
1986, Giants left-hand pitcher Steve Carlton becomes second to reach 4,000 strikeout milestone when he gets center fielder Eric Davis in 11-5 loss versus Reds.
Nice. 4,000. That's a lot.
Yes. Oh. Uh-oh.
1992.
Infinite.
Yep, 1992. Yeah, I see it. 4 officers of the Los Angeles Police Department, the famous or infamous LAPD, were acquitted on charges of beating Rodney King. They were indicted on civil rights charges. So dang, they were acquitted? Like, that means that the charges were dropped, right?
Yeah, pretty much it could have been guilty, but they didn't have enough evidence. Home video, it wasn't enough, really.
Wow, like that's literally just denying evidence. I mean, there's recordings of him getting beaten. It was on the news. Like what more do they want? Do they want to time travel and physically be there? Like seriously, sometimes courts ask for like the most impossible of things.
Well, yeah, that's the same thing about a lot of things, like AKA Casey Anthony, like AKA OJ, AKA Kyle Rittenhouse. They all were acquitted. That don't mean they aren't guilty or innocent.
Speaking of guilty and stuff, did you hear about that idiot who's going to spend the next 9 years in the gulag?
Hey, it could be worse. At least she didn't go to North Korea like poor Otto did.
Well, either way, that anti-American piece of shit is gone, so good. Let her rot.
He came back in a coma.
Oh, well.
You remember Otto, right? No,
I'm talking about the one who's currently in Russia right now.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's in Russia. At least she's gonna be okay. Otto got sentenced to 15 years with hard labor for allegedly trying to steal a piece of propaganda posters.
Oh, you're talking about the North Korea thing, yeah, the college student who ended up killing himself?
Yeah, it could be worse.
Yeah.
No, he didn't kill himself. He was in a coma.
Oh. Somebody killed themselves. I remember somebody was in North Korean prison and then they got back here and then within a week they killed themselves. Might be a different guy.
No, man, he didn't kill himself. He pretty much was in a coma. He was right here unconscious.
Yeah, and then he died a week later, right?
He had to look. He wasn't breathing. He wasn't doing anything. He was brain dead.
Yeah. Well, anyway, what happened in 1995?
1995, the city of Kenin, a significant Serbian stronghold, is captured by Croatian forces during Operation Storm. The date is celebrated as the Victory in Homeland Thanksgiving Day in Croatia.
Ah. Yeah, Operation Storm happened yesterday, so...
Yes. Ooh. This is interesting. The 1998 American spin-off Whose Line Is It Anyway, starring Ryan Stiles, Colin Mockery, and Wayne Brady, debuts on ABC. I love that show.
Now, was what's his face?
It was Drew Carey. Yes, he was the host
since the beginning, right?
No, for the American version, yes.
Okay.
But for the British version, no, it was somebody else. But they were still on it, the show, in the British.
Well, I didn't know that it was started as a British show. Very much like The Office.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Ooh, I got a good one. 1999. St. Louis Slugger, Mark McGwire becomes becomes only the 16th MLB player to reach the 500 home run milestone after the Cardinals lose 10-2 versus San Diego at Busch Stadium.
Nice. But yeah, Dad and I were talking about, Mark McGwire about a week ago while we were walking and stuff, because we had spoken about him during the show. And man, he was he was saying, because this has happened, when I was still a kid. 1999, I was 13 years old, so I wasn't really paying attention. But Mark McGwire, you see him normal human, suddenly fucking a Hulk. That guy bulked up like a madman, and it's obviously not 100%, legit. So, moving on up into the next millennium, in the year 2001, just 21 years ago, British Open Women's Golf at Sunningdale Golf Club, C. Repack of South Korea won by 2 strokes from Mi Hyun Kim. The event gained LPGA major status for the first time. Now, what is LPGA anyway? I'm sure I've looked that up, but let's see here. LPGA, Ladies Professional Golf Association. Okay, so that's what it stands for. And in 2006, Warren Moon became the first black quarterback to be inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio. He was joined by Troy Aikman, John Madden, Rayfield Wright, Harry Carson, and Reggie White. I remember some of those names. Interesting.
Ooh, nice.
And in 2007, Atlanta... What?
Especially John Madden. Everybody should know that name.
Yeah, well, Troy Aikman, I know that name. Not as much as John Madden, of course. I have no idea who Warren Moon is. But at least I know some of the names,
Mm-hmm.
2007, Atlanta left-hander Tom Glavine became the only 23rd pitcher in Major League Baseball history to reach the 300-win milestone as the Braves defeated the Cubs 8-3. Cool. That was my 3, sir. So in? And we lost him again. Well, while we're reacquiring him, I'll take us up to 2010. A group led by Hall of Fame pitcher Nolan Ryan and Pittsburgh attorney Chuck Greenberg was confirmed as winning bidder in court-ordered auction of Texas Rangers MLB franchise. Value is $593 million at the time. Wow. That's incredible. So, so a Hall of Fame pitcher and an attorney basically bought that. That's interesting. So, you back yet? I'm not sure if you can hear me, but I cannot hear you.
I couldn't hear you because it dropped me out of the conversation.
Oh, that was weird. Welcome back. Why don't you take 2012? Actually, yeah, Nick, take your next three here.
2012, Jamaican sprinter superstar Usain Bolt wins the 100 meter at the London Olympics in 9.63, besting the record he set in 2008 Olympics.
Dang, so this guy breaks his own records. That's pretty cool.
Yes. 2013, MLB best New York Yankees infielder Alex Rodriguez for 211 games as a result of the biogenesis laboratory scandals.
Ooh. Damn.
2013, Samantha Power becomes the 28th United States ambassador to the United Nations.
Fight the power.
Okay.
Fight the
there
Samantha.
Now it's your turn.
2014, Obunga signed the Iron Dome bill, providing $225 million in additional funding for Israel's Iron Dome defense.
You mean a tax plan?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I keep butting heads with my dad on the show. Like, he doesn't understand that Israel is actually the offender. You know, he doesn't realize that they're the ones taking other people's lands, and they're always going around claiming, "Oh, we're defense." Like, how are you defense when you're invading? You know, how is that defense? Like, explain it to me.
Preemptive attacks is defense.
Okay, Patton. 2018, Australian Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull declared, quote, "Now we are a land of droughts," end quote, as 99% of New South Wales was affected. Wow.
Well.
So, yeah, well, now you know what it's like to be a Californian, buddy. So, why don't you take the last three here?
Sure. 2020, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi lays the cornerstone for a new Hindu temple at Moria Ram to replace a previous Muslim mosque. Yep. They always fight each other.
Yep.
2021, FC Football Club Barcelona confirms record-breaking Argentine soccer superstar Lionel Messi will leave the club because of Spanish La Liga regulations on player payments.
Yeah, I remember Messi was a meme for a while, right? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because he kept, like, hamming it up with the sports injuries. You know how football players are. Like,
No, not him. That was Neymar.
Okay. That's like, oh my god, I got touched by a paper. I need medical assistance.
That's Neymar, man.
Okay.
Messi is not like that.
Okay. I just know the name Masai from somewhere. I don't know where. I don't know why. It's in my brain. So, yeah.
To the 2021, Rolling Stones drummer Charlie Watts announces he will be unable to accompany the band on its 2021 U.S. tour based on medical advice. American Steve Jordan tapped to fill in.
Yeah, he was at the age of 80, so that's pretty up there. So to be going out on a tour and drumming at 80, that's no. Like, I understand why he stayed home.
Fuck, Neil Peart did it.
Well, some people are just made of sterner stuff. So. Anyway, before we move on into Burst and Deaths, were there any articles that grabbed your attention today more than most?
A lot, especially with Ronald Reagan.
Yeah. Well,
Turn out this fucker, he's not good.
Like the very first article, William Wallace in 1305 was captured by the English near Glasgow and transported to London for trial and execution. So, freedom! But yeah, let's see here. There's a decisive victory there. Tecumseh's Native American force ambushed Thomas Van Horn's 200 Americans in Brownstone Creek, causing them to flee and retreat. You know, oh yeah, the first transatlantic telegraph cable. I was talking about that when you popped in. So, yeah. Like, oh yeah, what you said earlier, the cornerstone for Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, that's another good one.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot here, actually. There's a lot. Oh, the first Battle of World War One, like, you know, just every other article seems to be, like, you know, really significant and such. Anyway, let's move on into births. Starting us in the year 1704, we have William Allen. He was an American loyalist, Chief Justice of the province of Pennsylvania, and the mayor of Philadelphia, born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, dying in 1780. Huh.
Yep. Hold on, I gotta switch.
All right. This is 1850. We have Guy de Maupassant, was a French author of Boulet de Suif, born in Chateau de Miron-Mesnil, France, dying in 1893. Huh.
1881, Hugh S. Johnson, American head of the National Recovery Administration and member of FDR's Brain Trust, born in Fort Scott, Kansas.
Huh. Scroll. Ooh, damn.
1937, Herb Brooks.
You missed one. 1930.
1930, Neil Armstrong, American X-15 pilot and astronaut, first man on the moon. Gemini 8, Apollo 11, born in Waukesha, Clinton, Ohio, whatever that name is.
Yeah. Dang. 1937, we have Herb Brooks, was a U.S. ice hockey coach, got the Olympic gold medal in 1980. He was born in St. Paul, Minnesota, dying in 2003. And then Maureen McCormick was born on this date in 1956. She is a U.S. actress. Marcia in Brady Bunch, born in Encino, California. Oh, so she was Martha. Oh, wait, no, not Martha. Marsha. Marsha.
Yes. 1962, Patrick Ewing, Jamaican American NBA center, New York Knicks, and Olympic gold. 1992, born in Kingston, Jamaica.
Cool.
Also, 1964, MCA, aka Adam Yachman, aka MCA, American rap rock vocalist Beastie Boys. You gotta fight for your right to party.
For your rights.
Born in New York. No, Brooklyn, New York. Yep.
To party. I had to. Sorry. Whenever I see the song lyrics that I know, it's compulsory, you know. 1967, we have Reid Hoffman, was a U.S. entrepreneur, co-founder of LinkedIn, born in Stanford, California. Huh. And then we have Marine Le Pen, 1968, is a French politician, is the president of the National Front Party, born in Neuilly-sur-Seine, must be French, you know?
Yes, he is. Everybody wanted her to win, but Macron won.
Well, that just tells me that, you know, very much like the U.S. voting system, it's all for show. Macron is the person that the powers that be wanted, and he's the one there. You know, it's just too bad that the Yellow Vest didn't follow through with after they built that guillotine. You know, but he orchestrated a national tragedy and set the
well, if they would have carried through, they would have been labeled terrorist.
He is a terrorist. Because it's
Yellow Hats would have been labeled terrorist if it would have happened. If they would have carried through.
That's true. Yeah. Moving on to the deaths. Why don't you start us off here, sir?
Yes. 1792, Frederick North, Lord North Prime Minister of Great Britain, Tory. Yeah, he was a Tory. Who lost America, dies at 64.
Ah.
He looks like a fat Steve Buscemi.
Huh. He does. He really does.
1895, Friedrich Engels, German social philosopher and revolutionary socialist, who co-authored the Communist Manifesto with Karl Marx, died of throat cancer at 74. Yeah.
Good.
It seemed like he wasn't that important.
Yep. He died of throat cancer because he was doing something suggestive with the Communist Manifesto. 1960, Arthur Meighen was the 9th Prime Minister of Canada, dying at the age of 86 on this date. Huh. And we have Marilyn Monroe, died on this date in 1962. Actual name is Norma Jean Mortensen. She was a U.S. actress, some like it hot. She was found dead of an apartment self-inflicted drug overdose at the age of 36. Wow.
Man, as soon as I mocked that one guy, my shit got kicked off.
That's suspicious.
Yeah, because I said, everybody knows who Karl Marx is, but no one knows who this fucker is.
Yeah.
And he co-created the damn, he co-authored it.
Yep. Well, you know, everybody appreciates the number one. Nobody cares about number two. You know, because you know we have Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, and then who's the third guy? You know,
I forgot the name.
Exactly.
Already.
Exactly. Nobody cares about third place.
Did you do 1962 yet?
Yes, I did. Yeah, it's your turn at 1984.
Even though suicide was written in pencil.
Yeah, no, Marilyn Monroe, like that's young, 36. Wow.
1984, Richard Burton, Welsh stage and screen actor Cleopatra the Rope dies of cerebral hemorrhage at 54.
58.
That's horrible.
58.
Wait, 58. That's horrible.
That sucks. That's still young, you know.
It is. 1991. Paul Brown, American National Football, NFL Hall of Fame coach, Cleveland Browns, 1946 to 62, 1963 to 69, Cincinnati Bengals, 1970 to 1975, died of pneumonia at 82.
Yeah, that's a more acceptable age, you know, and such. Still sucks to die, but yeah, 82, you know, decent life.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder who was like Browns between 62 and 68. Like, you know, he was 46 to 62, then 68 through 69. So there was a 6-year period where he wasn't there. That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
So, actually, so 68 to 69, so he was only there for a year, but then he went to the Bengals, it looks like. So, actually, it looks like, you know, I'm doing the math here. Does a coach have a 6-year contract? Because 46 to 62 is 6 years. Then there's a 6-year gap.
It depends on the contract each party signs.
Yeah, but like, you know, 68 to 69 is 1 year, but then 70 to 75 is the additional 5 years. So would his contract have rolled over when he went to another team? You know, just filled in the rest. That's a question my dad would probably have the answer to, maybe. You know?
Mm-hmm.
1992, Robert Muldoon was a New Zealand politician. He was a prime minister from 1975 through 1984. He died at the age of 70. And then 2000, we lost Alec Guinness. He was a British actor. The Lady Killers and the Bridge on the River Kwai. Died of liver cancer at the age of 86. And fun fact, the Bridge on the River Kwai is one of Ronald Swanson's, you know, more favorite movies. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
And 2019, Toni Morrison, Chloe Anthony Wolford. American writer, Tar Baby, Beloved, Song of Solomon, the first African American woman to win a Nobel Peace Prize, 2010, dies at 88. Yeah.
So
I heard of the book Beloved.
I've actually read Tar Baby, and it's actually, I think I've seen the actual like cartoon of it, and it's an interesting thing. It's in my mind, like it's yeah. The Tar Baby is the second of the Uncle Remus stories published in 1881. It is about a doll made of tar and turpentine used by the villainous Brer Fox to entrap Brer Rabbit. The more that Brer Rabbit fights the Tar Baby, the more entangled he becomes. Yeah, so that's right. It was scary to me as a kid because it was a trap. Once you touched it, you're stuck there. And that concludes the show. Once again, you can check the underbar, the description for any links that you may find interesting, which also includes
Zodiac TV on Twitch.
And everything Omni Coalition. For your dose of Passive Edits Daily, we stream every day at 10 in the morning Pacific Time.
12 Central.
Yep. And it's also 11 Mountain and 1 o'clock Eastern. Anyway, for all of you and all of us, I am A.O. Xander.
I am me. Whatever name I am now.
Yeah. Well, every time I look at your profile picture, the first thing I think of is Benson. And then I know that you're that guy from Mystery Science Theater. Yeah, that guy. I changed your name to Dr. Prepper for whatever reason. I don't know. It just seemed right at the time. Anyway, you are you. And until you catch us tomorrow, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. And until then, toodles. Let's go, Brandon.